light, the noise, the magic. This is what Champions League is all about. Paris explodes, Munich silence, and history written in bold letters as PSG edged Bayern Munich 5-4 in an unforgettable 9-goal thriller. A night where defining moment, nothing attacking meant everything, and every second carried the weight of destiny. From moment of brilliance to flashes of chaos, this was football at its most ruthless and most beautiful. Welcome to PMB Sports Show, where the game is never just talked about, it's felt. I am your host, Abel Sunday. We dive straight into the storm of goals, drama, and controversy that shocked Europe. Joining me virtually is the man who sees the game beyond ordinary, the sport Berlusconi himself, Tom. And joining us from the ancient city of Benin, the man who turns football into magic with his words, the Ibracadabra of sport, John. Stay locked in and grab your teacup because PMB Sports start now.
We're bringing you the biggest headlines, match analysis, and expert analysis from the world of sport.
Unbelievable! It's Rodri! Manchester City are on their way!
From football to basketball to athletics, from outdoor sports to indoor sports, we all got you covered. Stay with us as we break down the latest results
And as we dive into the major sports stories making waves globally and locally.
Forward! Oh, he's taken it! Push, yes!
It's up like he goes!
Your home of everything sports,
Only on Politics and Business Television.
welcome back. It's PMB Sports Show, reaching live from the nation's capital. The sport Berlusconi joined us virtually. Tom, good morning. Can you hear me, Tom? Okay, also we have been joined from the Asian city of Benin, the Ibracadabra. Well, we call him that because he brings magic to sport analysis. John, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Elliot.
I want to believe that you watched the finest of them all yesterday when we see 9 goals trailer from Bayern Munich to Paris Saint-Germain. We could see the fireworks. I believe you enjoyed yourself, considering the fact that you are not a fan of either side.
Yeah, of course. Anybody that meets that man, that was.
Okay, I think I don't know if we have the sport Berlusconi now. Tom Aroko, how are you? Good morning.
Yes, I think I'm sure.
Hey.
But can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Tom? I think probably it's the connection, but all the time I will just have to manage. Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich wasn't just a game; it was a tactical moment of war. Both sides prioritized, I think, attacking football than playing, rather than defending. I beg your pardon. But I want to ask you, Tom, do you think overall why so many goals in this game? Your own opinion, though.
When you look at the match of this level, I going to go and people that put it out first. I said it's going to be a match of 2 and 4 2. I think we have this amount of goal conversion. Great. We expected it to high, but we think actually expected to be high, especially at this level. I think it is the highest amount of goals ever being scored in the first leg of the UCL semi-final. And it says a lot. I think it's all boiled down to PSG to our brilliance. I think it's also boiled down to Bayern to relentless volume, creating a lot of chances, and making 4 out of them. I think this will come out for football, and it also the quality of shooters, of quality of attackers, against the quality of defense that both teams have. And I think it shows a lot, especially It showed us the weakness of the Bayern side and showed us the strength of the PSG side.
Okay, Aaron, fine margin decide big games, and a single mistake, missed chance, and moment of brilliance made the difference at 5-4. I beg your pardon. It's clear that knockout football at this stage is decided by two outscoring each other. Aaron, did PSG show more hunger?
I don't think they will. I think they showed more for hunger. At the time in that game, they 5-2. So I don't think if they showed more hunger, that game would have been 5-4 and given Bayern any sort of game or any sort of relief that the game is still very much open. Yes, they show the hunger, but I don't think they showed more hunger. Another thing that Bayern Munich because in the game Bayern Munich was leading from where PSG to the game and he ran down to 5-2. I think if Bayern showed more hunger, they would have maintained that 5-2 lead and the game would have ended in that manner. Or if Bayern Munich was to do more, they would have scored one more and probably 5-3. And having the game come down to 5-4 is it really shows a lot. And then going to the fact that the second leg is in Germany, it gives Bayern Munich even more advantage, give them momentum, psychologically they are on advantage. Thank God I do not have the away goal. If the away goal was still there, I would have only told you that Bayern Munich has 25. But now that the away goal is not there, they still have everything to play for when they go to Germany. So yes, I don't think they should fall on that. I rather would say Bayern should more on that, especially at the end stages of the encounter.
Let me stay with you. Oliseh with a big chance, and we'll have to even a bigger chance from Dembele that was missed. I was wondering how come with Dembele miss just a sitter, because after Oliseh missed that, the other end we saw Dembele missing his own as well. So I was wondering how come would that happen in such a game that have so much pedigree.
These things are normal. They happen in football. They happen to the best of players. It can happen to anybody, anytime, any day. They are playing in this country where they are people a goal that was very crucial to Nigeria. In the last half of the season, to Sita. It happens to anybody. I think it is the normal phenomenon of football. I mean, considering the pressure and the intensity that was in the game at that time, you would expect all of these things from even the best of players. The likes of Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, they all miss clear-cut opportunities at some point in their career. So I'm not going to blame Dembele. This is the same Dembele that went on to Scott goals in that game. You from the man of the match in that sort of counter. So I'm not going to blame this guy. They are young players. These things can happen to anybody. The game was intense. Everything that was watching, I was not politics. Maybe I don't support any of these things. I'm not a fan of those things. I was watching the game with intensity and pressure. So I'm not a player who is there he fans, everything. So it's normal. Pressure comes. Pressure is psychological. It can work on you negatively or positively. I don't blame them for this. That can happen to the best of them. We are seeing worse than that in this game, and it's completely normal. That's my take.
All right, mental strength is everything. Considering 4 goals and still winning proof PSG resilience. The ability to respond under pressure is what separates finalists from contenders. I beg your pardon. Tom, where did Bayern failed yesterday?
I think Bayern, they made a lot of mistakes. And I think one of those mistakes is what we've been complaining about, and that is the defensive structure of the Bayern side. We saw that when they played against Real Madrid, it was Real Madrid, they had a lot of chances to score, but they were not just converting those shots into goals. And I think we made an analysis before that if they meet a team like PSG will convert, those chances, and they will punish the Bayern side for the defensive structure. I think at this point, what we are seeing is we are seeing modern football, whereby whenever a coach or a manager wants to play heavy, better football, the defense has to suffer. The defense is the price that you have to pay for what you are going to use. You know, you are seeing a PSG side that obviously had 54% of the possession. You know, they had more shots on target. But then, so the Bayern side that had 54% of possession and had more shots on target. But then you are fixing the PSG side that had 34% in just the second half. But when it mattered, every shot that he had that was on target was the goal. And I think that that's something that the Bayern side has to work on. They have to find a way to make sure that their heavy press doesn't, you know, make them get the punishment from the Bayern, from the PSG side, especially in the second leg. So I think that that's what they need to work on. And I think that that's where they got to go.
Tom, I'll still stay with you. Do you think the absence of Vincent Company actually showed a whole lot of showed in this yesterday's encounter, because he was watching the game from the stand? I beg your pardon.
Honestly, I don't think there was an impact. I think they already knew the strategy that they were going to use. I think they knew what they were going to do. Him just being in the stand, he already knew what was going on. He had enough time to plot the graph, to know what his team was going to do. He had enough time to prepare the team, and I think that showed a lot. So when you look at a person like this, he's a person that has been a player, he has been a manager. He knows what it takes. And this is not, he has seen the experience firsthand from the players' perspective as well. So he knows the mindset to put in the players. And I think we saw when you look at the way Police played, when you look at the way Shane played, when you look at the way other players played, you could see the intensity. The intensity didn't change, the intensity didn't drop. So I don't think it matters at all.
Okay, Tom, let me give you a breather and let me go over to Eru. Tactically, risks versus reward. Both managers took both approaches: high lines, aggressive pressure, and constant attacking transition as well. It made for a spectacle, but also exposed defensive vulnerability. Was the defending? I beg your pardon. Too poor. Was defending too poor, but both teams, because I don't want us to even talk about me, because either team considered was defending too poor for both teams. Because anytime you see there is a goal, anytime you see 9 goals in semi-finals, that's a lot.
Like Paul rightly said, he said something just now. I'm going to capitalize on that. He said, when present day football, when you want to take Paris, something has to stop up. And that one is serious to me. You see, there's something peculiar to both teams. Both teams play a similar pattern. It's a completely declare the highlight. That is exactly the same thing the PSG side plays. When you play the highlight, you are automatically telling your opponents that your fullbacks are going to play high up the pitch. And one thing is that the opponent are operating directly. Yes, that was before defensive set up for both teams. But we saw that what PSG capitalized on was that they capitalized on the pace of their winger, not from Cabasina. Their pace is there from the level, they are very fast. They capitalized on that, owing to the fact that Bayern Munich, fullbacks and center halves could not really recover from time whenever they push forward. And the same thing happened to the PSG side. Whenever they push forward, they found it difficult to recover fully. And you don't do this against teams that are very dangerous attackers. Both teams they have incredible rush powers in Hurricane, in Nigeria, in Kazakhstan, in the So when you do these things, you tend to be punished. If Real Madrid has done this same thing against Bayern Munich in the quarterfinal, I will tell you that Real Madrid will do the same thing against Real Madrid in the semifinal. That's how it's on the same show. That Bayern Munich were all defensively. It was just a aggressive activity of Real Madrid to go for it that cost them that spectacular encounter. And yes, what is the point defensively? And don't be surprised. This is spectacular we are going to see in the second leg. It is also going to be the festival of which scores the own goals. And that's exactly what it is, because they will come up with the same setup. This is the way they play. They play the both teams, the beauty of it is that the both teams already know the loopholes in playing such with pattern and information. And they both capitalize on it properly. It just went down to this score and that was it.
Let me still stay with you. Luis Diaz, the 4th goal. What a goal! Patient enough and to hit that to the top corner. What kind of player can you describe Luis Diaz to be?
Personally, before coming to Bayern Munich, I'm one person that rated Luis Diaz. Even if I have issues with so many Liverpool fans because of Luis Diaz. Because I don't know, there's just this thing I saw in him. I saw a player who, if giving enough probably, if giving enough platform, has something to do. I don't see him as many. I saw him to fall with the Liverpool shirt. And then when he got to Bayern, he began to say, I knew that, okay, at this point, Bayern found the perfect replacement of him to cover. And we have seen that player already. Last season, we had a terrible numbers. This season is doing a terrible numbers already, and he's over. He's winning very shortly. They are that pattern is completely covered in the news there. The very little team immediately. This guy is a good player. He's a very important player to the squad. He's a sport player. That's one thing I like him so much. He's a sport player. He's not a player that you have. They don't all I want to do is score. No. He needs to give an assist. He does that. When they are based, he does not score. Then you see his contribution to the team. Against Real Madrid, before he scored that next goal, he had a couple of chances that he was one of the dangerous players from that part of the game. So Luis Diaz is a very important squad player. I personally, I will always remain squad player over individual player. I will always pick a player who is more interested in the fact that this is to do better. I don't want to call it. So a player who is more interested that we win is more important to me than our score or the most. There are players like that. Like I said, I don't want to call it example. So I will always remain a sport player and Luis Diaz is a perfect sport player.
Okay, well said, Tom. Big players delivered on the big stage. Semi-finals are where elite players earn their reputation. This match reinforced that world-class individuals step up when it matters most. Tom, who made the difference? I just want to ask you from both sides. Which player do you think made the difference?
Ooh, to me, I think Michelle made the difference. I think he exploited. He had this. He exploited. The how would I put it? He exploited. I don't think he was the right man that just knew how to exploit and break the press. I think he was what the PSG side needed to help them to break to break behind the high press of the Bayern side. And also when you look at a player like Usman Dembele, come on, this is a player that is world class. He showed his composure, he showed his leadership. He puts them. The way he played, you could see that he gave them this leadership mentality and helped them to be composed as a team. Then when you look at the Bayern side, obviously, I'm going to mention a player like Police. I'm going to mention Harry Kane. I'm going to mention Luis Diaz. I think when it boils down to the PSG side, the reason why when it boils down to the PSG side, I think they were more composed as a team. So they were more composed as individuals. So I can mention just few players. But when it comes to the Bayern side, they were more composed as a group and as a team. So I can tell you the entire team, but I just mentioned just a few players for you.
Well said. Entertainment meets chaos in modern football. This game reflects a growing trend in elite football, fast open, high-scoring encounter where control is sacrificed for intensity and excitement. Can we say this is game plan or pure chaos?
But it is game plan that reflected in chaos. That is it. A proper game plan. This is what they came to play. They did not come to excite us. Whether they come to entertain us, they came to win. And it resulted in chaos. And the reason is simple. These are both elite teams. These are both good teams in their various leagues and in Europe. The problem is, this is a PSG side that won the target last year. They are on the verge of getting to the final again this season. This is a Bayern Munich that have won the Champions League before. They've proven beyond reasonable doubt that they are a good side that is team to beat. And this is the thing that have quality players that play a particular factor. You cannot get this in Ghana. You cannot get this kind of incesto. You cannot get this in Bucharest. These are things that have quality and come there. And you get something to play. After what you cannot get this in our 1 year. After what you have last year today, I went and I said, oh, I want this book, but tomorrow I will come and watch today and all this blood story. I'll come and watch Martinelli. This is far, this is very far. When you see what we are doing, what is the pure game of our foreign players showing us quality that they have, showing us what they bring to the table. Goal scoring, very good goal scoring teams met together. It is reflecting out of them. Like I said, and I repeat, this is the maximum we are going to see in the second leg. So that it's all a game plan that resulted in chaos. So,
Okay, it's time for us to go on a short break. When we return, we'll be talking about Arsenal, rather our final thought on Arsenal game later today, and we'll have the Sport Berlusconi right here, and also the Sport Ibakadabra that is going to do justice to that. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
We're bringing you the biggest headlines, match analysis, and expert analysis from the world of sport.
Unbelievable! It's Rodri! Manchester City are on their way!
From football to basketball to athletics, from outdoor sports to indoor sports, we all got you covered. Stay with us as we break down the latest results.
And as we dive into the major sports stories making waves globally and locally.
Forward! Oh, he's taken it! Push, yes!
It's up like he goes.
Your home of everything sports,
Only on Politics and Business Television.
welcome back. It's the PNB Sports Show reaching on live from the nation's capital, and I'm being joined by two gentlemen, the sport minds themselves, in fact, the best in Nigeria. Let me start with you, Akoton, quickly in 30 seconds. What do you think we're going to see later today? Eru said something earlier that he's going to come back to watch an abysmal performance again today. But that's not what we're talking about. What do you think? In fact, in 15 seconds, we don't have time anymore. We just have just a minute to spare. In 15 seconds, what are we expecting to see today? Tom, are you with me?
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yes. I think what we're going to see today is we're going to see Simeone's rigid structure, obviously versus Arteta's kind of confusing pattern of play, especially when you look at their joint semi-final. You look at the way they play defense, a lot of people clamored for some excitement in the semi-finals. So I think that we are going to be seeing something different. But then again, we're going to be seeing a European style versus an English style. The European style, like what we saw last night, of the Atletico Madrid side trying to press, even though that will not be their style, but I expect them to press and see how they can beat Arsenal on the counter. Arsenal trying to press, trying to play the low block. You might actually see an Atletico side that will work.
Tom, it's 30 seconds. It's 15 seconds I gave to you. It's 15 seconds. Eru, 15 seconds, please. What do you think will happen today? In 15 seconds, we'll keep it simple. We'll have just less than 30 seconds to leave the studio.
I think we're going to see Mohamed Salah versus Manu Gaddafi. I'm going to play to this. And we're going to watch the ball football. But I expect I'm going to be better for that.
Okay. Okay. What a night, what a story, and what a reminder of why we love this beautiful game. From 9 goals of pure chaos to moments of brilliance that will be talked about for years. PSG and Bayern Munich did not just play football, they gave us a Champions League classic for the ages. Many thanks to my incredible team, the Sport Berlusconi himself, Akotom, and from the ancient city of Benin, the Abracadabra of Sport, Eru John, for breaking it all down with passion and insight. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
And to our amazing viewers, thank you for staying with us through every twist and turn. To join the family, please do well to follow us on all social media platforms, on YouTube and Facebook at Politics and Business TV.English, on IG at PNBTV_English, on X at PNBTV_ENG. I'm Abel Sunday. This has been PNB Sports Show. Keep the passion alive, keep the conversation going, and remember, football never sleeps. Say it's goodbye for now.
Good morning and welcome to P&B Morning Show, where politics meets business and the real issue takes center stage. Today we are looking at two stories that define the state of the nation: true failure in the justice system and another very disturbing statement made by the Senate President of Nigeria. The judiciary is the third arm of the government. It is expected to be independent and credible. However, certain happenings has challenged the credibility and independence of the legal institution. This we can truly see in a viral video footage where the renowned activist Sowore was making jests and mockery of the former Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Alhaji Malami, who during his reign was adjudged to be the most powerful man during the President Buhari's era. He had all the opportunities to correct the wrongs, and today the wrongs are haunting him. What goes around definitely comes around. This question, the question, I beg your pardon, would be, are our leaders learning from their mistakes? Who is next? At the same time, away from the justice system, barely a month ago, a very disturbing statement, barely a month ago, I beg your pardon, a very disturbing statement was credited to the Senate President, saying that insurgency will disappear after 2027 elections. Now, another worrisome statement has surfaced again. This time, Senator Obot Akpabio, the Senate President, in his recent statement, described Nigeria as a poor country. He also, stated that the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is always welcome to borrow money from projects. This comment, according to sources, has referred to it as embarrassing, capable of undermining the image of our country. It also raises questions about the economic values of our rich mineral resources deposited in many parts of Nigeria. Some people are asking questions. What are we doing with these borrowings? Is Nigeria truly a poor country? Is the poverty in Nigeria man-made or natural? These are certain points we are going to look at critically. This morning, we connect the dots between leadership, accountability, and delivery, because in the end, governance is not just about winning election, but it's about making life better. Stay with us. We shall be back to look at what the newspapers have for us. My name is still Chidi Kenneth, and as usual, I have my co-host and co-presenter here, Mr. Shaibu Ibrahim. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. CK. How are you doing?
Mr. Ibrahim, from the monologue we have there, we have very serious issues on our hands.
Of course.
Akpabio is at it again, though.
Akpabio is at it. He has always been at it anyway.
Akpabio don't come again.
Akpabio is one of his trademark is making remarks that is capable of causing mayhem among Nigerians, causing a lot of noise
remarks
about Nigerians.
That has the capacity
exactly
to undermine the image,
the image and suffering of Nigerians.
Calling Nigeria a poor country. Coming from a man that is
number three citizen. Exactly.
And then justifying the borrowings.
Yes, people like us are no longer surprised whatever comes out from comes out of Akpabio's mouth.
Well,
no matter how unpleasant it is, we are used to hearing unpleasant statement coming out of his mouth.
And then again we have Mr. Malami, Alhaji Malami.
Yes, the former.
Yes, where we saw that he was being cajoled and mocked by Sowore. Both of them met in court.
Exactly.
Sowore was saying, "You can see now, the table don't turn against you." We're going to see the footage when the time comes.
Yes.
We're going to do that. But for today, let's go to the first business of the day.
Yes.
Which is the newspaper review. I'm sure we are not going to see any killings again.
We are not hoping. We are not praying for so. But this is Nigeria.
No,
the only thing consistent. There are only two things that are consistent in the lives of Nigeria today.
What is it?
Killings due to insurgency
and borrowings.
These are the most consistent things in the lives of Nigerians now. And probably the third one, which is not as regular as the other two, is being subjected to excruciating taxes. These are the three most consistent things. Yes, all these three lead to poverty, of course. When you are consistently in the midst of violence and killings, development cannot excessive taxes kills the morale and the spending power of the poor.
I just looked at my phone this morning and I found out that the little money in my account.
Yes, just before we started the program, you say, Kai, they don't understand this irregular deduction from so.
I don't understand the reason why that bank. I don't want
exactly. It's not just the bank. It's not just the bank.
This
there
is
are
the
funny
little money I have in my account.
Yes, a lot of funny taxes that we are subjected to be paid.
Calculate how I'm going to manage it, and the next thing I saw huge deductions in the name of whatever transactions for the month.
So don't even
transfers and just and then when you transfer, if you transfer money that moment, you still deduct 15 naira, deduct this one, deduct that one. 25.
Someone told me there are some languages that you have to attach.
Everything again and still deduct again over 2,000 plus.
What is it?
Deductions. I don't understand. Maybe we should go back to our olden days form of, housing money putting money in our houses. The banks are just deducting money.
It's everywhere. Not the fault of the bank. It is the fault of the policies and taxation policies that are in place now. So people no longer even want to know what is happening. They don't want to understand the mechanism of the taxes. They just see deductions and they are fine with it.
All right, we go straight down to the newspaper review and let's see what we have there. All right, we shall be going on a short break now, and when we return, we'll dive straight into the newspaper review. This is P&B Morning Show here in the city of Abuja. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the P&B Morning Show here in the city of Abuja. My name is Tichidi Kenneth, and my brother here and uncle, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu, is still in the studio with us. Mr. Shaibu.
Yes.
Newspaper review now.
Of course.
We are ready.
Yes,
are you ready?
Whether it is politics or business or whatever.
Or insurgency or insecurity.
Insurgency or insecurity. They are all around. They are all within the political.
Either
within the political or within the business.
Okay, insurgency within the political is politicized.
Of course.
Okay, and all right. Let's have the first newspaper for today. Let's see what we have. The Guardian.
Opacity. Weak audit. Federal government spending amid abuse of Fiscal Responsibility Act. Opacity. Weak audit. Federal government spending amid abuse of Fiscal Responsibility Act.
Opacity.
Yes. Weak
audit trail. Federal government spending. An abuse of Fiscal Responsibility Act.
Exactly.
Who is making this comment?
I think it's the ADC.
Okay.
Yes.
But you know what baffles me about statements like this is when we, like you said yesterday, when people are in power,
exactly,
they don't seem to see all these things.
They don't.
You know, but when they leave that place,
or oftentimes they do, but they pretend not to.
It's a common, characteristics amongst our leaders.
Exactly.
When they are in power, they don't seem to understand. They just act as though these issues are not there. But when they leave power, you begin to see all kinds of statements, and in the name of trying to offer credible opposition and check and balances in government.
Honestly,
and I don't understand why are you not seeing it? And that brings us to one of the issues we're going to talk about today.
Of course,
where we saw Malami. Somebody was telling Malami, you had the opportunity as the Attorney General to correct certain things in the legal, the institution, in the judiciary. You did not do it. Now, here you are. What goes around comes around. We're going to see that, and then we're going to talk deeply into that.
ADC's 2027 prospect. Theta as court delay raises fresh fears. ADC's 2027 prospect Theta as court delay raises fresh fears. So these court actions, like I tell you, that is why they are already
reserving the judgment,
going out for shopping, trying to test the waters. Is it PRP? Is it SDP? Is it any other party? Looking for an alternative, because
any other opening.
Exactly, any other opening they can fit into.
Everybody say, one would be wondering why, why reserve the judgment? You see, Mr. Ibrahim, there's nobody that can convince me that the whole game going on here is just aimed at squashing opposition.
Exactly.
Even though
the great majority of Nigerians have the same feelings with you, honestly speaking, because
it's my own opinion.
It's your own opinion.
Yes, because I share in their opinion too, because this is a game of numbers. It's a game of let's have a level playing ground. Everybody should play and contest, and then who wins? We're seeing a lot of things like no campaigning, 8 states, reserving of judgment. This one, a lot of issues aimed at what? Trying to bury opposition, and then honestly, at the end of the day, we're having one party system.
Because if you look at the actors that are driving the ADC as an opposition party, honestly, you are very sure that the ruling APC will not just fall its hand and watch. That is the advantage they have of incumbency. They will use
of course, it's politics.
It's politics.
It's politics.
Like I always tell you, everything is fair in war and love. Exactly.
Everything is fair in war and love.
So whatever you do, in order to win, you will do it to win.
So when we say opacity, weak audit trails federal government spending. Weak audit. Well, who is auditing the federal government? Is that what they are trying to tell us? An abuse of fiscal policies act. Is that what they are trying to tell us?
No, you see, the federal government has audit department and audit under different ministry of budget and planning.
Yes.
So at least, but when all those auditing are not being done appropriately, you see a lot of leakages. You see a lot of unnecessary spending taking place that cannot be spent, and coupled with the amount of borrowing and lending they have been doing recently.
So ADC is now,
so it is abusing the Fiscal Responsibility Act.
Okay, we have Falake picks presidential ticket for Tinubu.
Yes.
Falake picks presidential ticket for Tinubu.
At 100 million naira.
100 million naira.
Yes.
Like you said some days ago, that if whoever picks the ticket for 100 million naira, are you sure the person is going there to serve? Well, we don't know. It's one of those questions, people are, a lot of people, a lot of Nigerians are asking that the cost of buying, purchasing a ticket from the ruling party is way too much.
It's way too much
for a person who is adjudged to be a servant.
Yes.
And now here we have Falake speaking a ticket for the presidential. For the president himself, I beg your pardon.
Court orders MTN Airtel to resume airtime lending services. Court orders MTN Airtel to resume airtime lending services.
I know this caption is very interesting for me because
my producer is interested in that.
Yes,
Court orders MTN Airtel.
I can see the producer is happy. A lot of people were affected with the borrowings. I was also affected.
He's the one that's pointing to me.
So the Nigerians want to borrow.
Exactly.
So you can see the borrowing thing is not just the likings to government.
Exactly.
Even Nigerians like to borrow.
It's the government that taught Nigerians how to lend.
Well, I'm not aware of that. So congratulations to Nigeria. There's a court order ordering the MTN and Airtel to resume the borrowing. Exactly. That borrowing seems to be helpful. And at some point, I was only up to 6,000 naira.
Wow, I've never reached that level.
I got to that level, but I think I've cleared it, and I'm using. But there's this staggered repayment plan MTN came out with.
Okay.
And when you recharge, they took 25 naira to service your debt.
I thought they always do that.
No, I think it was newly implemented now.
Okay.
I saw it. I saw the message yesterday.
Okay, that's nice.
That's also flexible. For those of us who are
paid it to you across. So another interesting caption there: United Arab Emirates exit rattles OPEC as UN warns of worsening trade and food crisis. So UAE is one of the most active members of the OPEC.
So the exit is raising a lot of dust now.
Exactly, and
concerns,
affect crude oil prices, definitely.
Well,
Even in
we
the midst of
hope that
complications
will not.
that we are right now.
We hope talks will be initiated to stop that, because UAE leaving, exiting the OPEC is a big blow.
Who are you asking to stop them from doing that?
Well, I say negotiations and diplomatic talks.
Exactly. Because countries join that organization willingly. Nobody bamboozled anybody to join the organizations.
Are you a citizen of UAE?
No, I'm just telling you, because I think there was a time that one other strong country has exited. Was it one other Arab country has exited a long time ago?
Okay, we have a SANU, that is Senior Staff Association of Nigeria.